Hello and welcome. This is SpaSOS Business Masterclass. My name is Sherrie Tennessee. I am the Director of Education for SpaSOS, the consulting and education-based spa and wellness organization. I wanted to focus on persistency and consistency and exceptional customer service. And I tapped a dear friend of mine, Dr. Natasha Welch. So let's bring Natasha in and then we'll just talk a little bit about her background. Hello, Dr. Welch. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing? Thanks for having me.
I am great. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about how you got to this point and why I thought you would be a great person for this conversation. So Dr. Natasha Welch owns two locations of the Abraza Skin Studios, one here in the DMV in Silver Spring, and then one in Atlanta. You have a medical grade skincare line, as well as a serious online institute where you're just helping others in the industry kind of step into the medical spa area. So fantastic accomplishments. Thank you so much for joining us today. I wanted to ask you, with such a presence, locations, skincare line, how do you incorporate this concept of persistence and consistency into your locations and all that you do?
Well, for one, it's a busy feat. It's a busy feat. But in terms of being consistent, that's just it. You have to be consistent. So my business totally runs on a schedule. And there are certain things that we do that are just habit. And you have to be consistent with these sort of business habits. And then it's like planting the seed and nourishing it. And if you leave it and forget it, it won't grow.
Right.
And I have a belief that anything I do today is going to really boom in another 60 to 90 days if I'm consistent at it.
Exactly. So I know we were talking previously, and you mentioned some of the tips that you do, like following up with first-time clients. Can you share just a couple of practices that you do to be able not only to attract those clients in, but keep them coming back again and again and turn them into core clients?
Absolutely. I believe that the core of this is relationship building with clients and not making them seem as they're just a number, you know, and more personable. So it starts from the minute they pick the phone up to call Abraza Skin Studio. Then it's followed up with when they walk into the door. Hi. And I let clients know I'm Natasha. You know, just a simple introduction can bring things down rather than people just walking in the door and sitting down. Like, you know, next is providing a more comfortable environment to your spa setting. Everything doesn't have to be how everyone else does it. So for me, for instance, in Atlanta, we sit at a dining table, actually.
Wow.
And again, it loosens them up. So after the visit, a couple things do happen. Usually within 24 to 48 hours, I text them from the business phone and typical, hey, how are you? I hope all is doing well. How's your skin? And then just answer any questions. Remember, we are here for you, blah, blah, blah. But I also take a minute during the visit time, and we buffer our time with extra time to allow to get to know our clients. So there's always something about someone when they walk in the door that I'll remember, whether it's how was the kid's graduation or, you know, and you become more friendly with your client. And I think that helps big time for referrals and for returns.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with that, that steps right into my next question of customer service. What is your definition of exceptional customer service?
Exceptional customer service to me is, now let me just say this because I worked corporate for years. And I can go back to when the hospital I worked at brought Disney in to teach us the Disney level of customer service. And then I remember they brought Nordstrom in to teach us. So those are things I remember. I know where I like to shop and I choose places I shop based on the customer experience. So I try to make sure that we bring that forth. So nothing is too good for our clients. And one of the biggest things I hear from clients all the time is, and we get it on our reviews, is you guys took the time to listen. Yeah. Listening is important, as well as educating. Yeah. I think that's just the exceptional customer experience, and making sure that everything is done classy, and remembering your niche client. So I have a avatar client, and everything that we introduce here, I always think, will it meet her standards?
That's
so my
very
avatar,
true.
Yeah, my avatar is that lady who is a professional. She's educated. She loves self-care, treating herself. She loves Nordstrom, even though she loves a sale.
And so, Nordstrom has great sales. Exactly. And it's so funny you would say that. I'm reading this book. I think it's called Uncopyable. And he says that exact thing. He went to this board meeting with, I believe the company was Nordstrom's. And they were like, what would Miss Jones do? And he was like, Miss, where is she? Like, I'm looking around the room to find Miss Jones. And they were like, no, she is our ideal customer. We want to make sure, like, as we're planning, as we're putting things together, that we're meeting the needs of Miss Jones. So, I mean, you are so right on track with that. So let me ask you, as we move to more technology, and it's so funny, I did a session a couple of weeks ago with Monique Blake, and she said the same thing about listening and education and just the importance of this online presence. As we are moving into this digital age, how have you maximized your online presence to aid in your success?
Well, one thing I'm glad that I did from the beginning was establish the online presence.
Okay.
And that was through social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. You get the point? We're on LinkedIn. We're on we're leaving no stones unturned.
Exactly.
And again, you have to be consistent with your posting. We post every single day on IG and Facebook. The two are connected, so it makes it easier.
Absolutely.
Before I start my day, I usually wake up 6:30. I spend about an hour on social media.
Okay. And after you meditate and get grounded, then you go social media.
Our social media posts, we make sure our stories are moving on Instagram. Also, when I started, I was consistent doing education hours on Facebook. I did them at least twice a week. And that kept the phones ringing. And it's good to always ask clients, how did you hear about us?
Yes.
And that tells me it works.
Yes.
Instagram, Facebook. I just had a referral yesterday, as a matter of fact, who's coming in tomorrow by way of someone who watches me on Facebook that's in Florida.
Wow.
And I'm in Atlanta.
It is. It's far reaching. It's everlasting. And people really do, before, 20 years ago, it was that it is still word of mouth, but now you kind of see who's following the people you follow, and it just kind of adds that stamp of approval. So I think online presence is so important, especially now, and being on multiple platforms, because, there's a certain generation that's on Facebook, and there's another generation that's on Instagram, and, it's another platform on LinkedIn, and then YouTube. But being able to touch on all of those different bases is so very important. So then let me ask you, with, we've had, I hear the New York accent. So thinking of like a 9/11, thinking of the Great Recession, thinking of how we have these economic ebbs and flows that happens. How do you maintain this consistency, persistency, and providing this customer service in these economic challenging times?
Right? I think if you set the stage, the rest will follow. So we always set the stage more so of education.
Okay.
And things they can do. And they recognize, okay, if she's showing me a hydrofacial, I can't do it. So I need this to come in, right? But we're still educating them on self-care. So during this hard economic times we have memberships. So we have ways that clients can consistently come back during these hard economic times. That's more affordable. Rewarding people for loyalty, for returning. I think that's big. The other big piece to me at the end of the day is that sheer humble and thank you to your clients. Like, for instance, with what we're going through right now, instead of saying, oh, I can sell hand sanitizer, I probably could and probably will. But right now, wouldn't it be awesome to gift our clients as they return back with our own hand sanitizer?
Yes.
So it's how you walk through this is going to make the impression more lasting, and your business have a better reputation to follow through with your clients, because we're going through it and they're going through it as well. And to be empathetic about it. I just think that's important during the hard time.
So one thing that I did notice as I go to your website, as I follow you on social media, is your branding is consistent. Can you talk about that a little bit more and how you ensure that your mission and your purpose and your branding kind of all align together?
Yes. So one interesting thing, little unknown fact, is that remember in the professional world, before coming into business, I helped build practices. And one thing I learned, you go to these different courses and you learn about branding, is the mind is very interesting. It's like, if you see the swoosh, it's a Nike store.
Yep.
You know a FedEx sign, believe it or not, I tell people without it saying FedEx. And so I know that. So I'm very big on having our logo appear, not just the name Abraza, because Abraza is an umbrella now with different entities. We have Abraza Skin Studio. We have Abraza Skin Care. We have Abraza Skin Institute.
Right.
So that logo, I want people to know that logo. So the presence is big on social. It's big on all of our collateral materials in the office, such as every client that orders online from skincare, they get a thank you card that has the logo, images of products, brochures, a red wrapping paper is on every product, the red and back of me. Just be consistent. And remember, my avatar client, I'm always thinking about her. So she loves when her products come wrapped in red paper. She loves the box is white. She knows it's an Abraza box. Same way that Amazon box, right?
Yeah.
So it is an investment, but the question is, where do you want to go with your business?
Absolutely.
And if you want to be sky's the limit, then it should be sky's the limit in terms of delivery and showing your brand presence.
Absolutely. So in this time, have you found that you've had to cut back on any experiences, or have you kind of upped the ante? How have you approached it as far as maintaining all of this?
Yeah. So we did have to cut back. We had to cut back. For instance, I'm answering the business phone in Atlanta.
Okay.
I've never answered it. But guess what? Guess what I'm noticing? Nobody can do it like you. I am my visionary. I am my visionary. There is not a call that I've received for inquiry that didn't end with a booking.
All right.
When before my calls were answered, it was this person called, wanted to know the price of this. Why didn't you give it to them? Because by now they're somewhere else. So constantly dealing with that. So I do like that. And now my voice is on the answer service. And I let people know, if you need to, just text me. I'm probably servicing someone and I'm actually liking it. The other thing is, I noticed that I think search engine optimization is huge.
Okay.
I believe in it. However, during a time like this, do I need to pay my marketers who watch Silver Spring and Atlanta's websites hundreds a month when most of my clients are finding me on social.
Very true. Very, very true.
Gone. So SEO for now. Let's just see where this goes, right? Let's see where it goes. The other thing is just finding those things that don't really, does that really matter? Why are we paying this? I tell people, go to your iTunes. This might be a much extra, but go to your iTunes and look how many subscriptions you're paying that you're probably not aware of.
Yeah.
So we did a serious head ceiling to floor audit on everything coming in here and thinking about how we can still deliver the same customer experience, keep our prices the same. We have not risen prices. We have not, and still deliver the Abraza way.
Fantastic. Well, as we wrap up, I always like to ask, is there one piece of advice that you would like to give the listeners on this topic of consistency, persistency, and exceptional customer service?
Yes. So I believe you have to put your business as your favorite full-time job if you've ever worked anywhere before. That job where you were ecstatic about going in and you want to make this work, and you have to set quarterly goals for your business. Yeah, you have to say, this is where we're trying to get by this month, and look at what you did the last quarter and think how you could do it better and put that on a plan. I won't even talk to people during business hours unless it's quantitated, meaning I have a call schedule calendar.
Okay.
And once I started doing that little bit of change in my business, I can show the growth because now I quantitate every minute into pouring into my business. It's imperative, down to what time I'll eat in here. My business, and I want it to be successful, and it's part of the price, and most of all, I love it.
Right. Right. And that definitely comes through. So if people want to learn a little bit more about you, they can reach you at Abraza Skin Studio. You're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You are all over the place. And then the same name is true for the website as well. And I want to take a moment and thank Well World TV for allowing us to have this space and conversation. It's a wonderful platform. And then if you are interested in getting in contact with me, I too am on social media at the SpaSOS. Natasha, I want to thank you so much for just sharing your expertise, your passion. It really does come through in the conversation how much you truly love everything that you're doing, and that your clients, of course, will be drawn to that energy as well. So I thank you. I wish you so much success in all that you're doing, and I know I'll see you on social media.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure.
I'm going to see if this works. I would love everyone to go to Abraza Skin Care and follow.
All right. Fantastic.
Let's watch the numbers. But thank you so much. Seriously, I love this platform and I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.